AEW Executive Vice President Kenny Omega is set to make an important announcement live tonight on AEW Dynamite. Footage of Ric Flair's altercation and incident in a restaurant has been revealed. CM Punk, wow, he once again got the better of Drew McIntyre as McIntyre missed the Best in the World Monday night on Raw. McIntyre has since responded with an over 3-minute rant on social media. Jerry the King Lawler provides an update on his WWE commentary departure and also provides an update on his health. Speaking of health updates and Lawler, his broadcast partner for WWE in several years, Jim Ross, has provided an update on his health. Details on what the current plan is for the WWE King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring live event matches that were previously scheduled for this week's edition of Raw. The Women's NXT North American Championship qualifying matches have been determined. Trick Williams is attacked on NXT after revealing his relationship with Lash legend, and Wesley competes in his first match in over 5 months. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Kenny Omega, as he reportedly has a big announcement for tonight's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS. Now, after a 4-month absence, Kenny Omega returned to AEW television last week to address his health and the Young Bucks, who have since evicted him from the Elite. Unfortunately for Omega, his homecoming turned sour as the Young Bucks, Kazuchika Okada and Jack Perry ruthlessly assaulted him in the ring and later on a stretcher next to an ambulance. Coming off this attack, the former AEW World Champion is now set to make an important announcement on tonight's edition of AEW Dynamite. Quote, after the beating he sustained last week in his hometown of Winnipeg at the hands of the Elite, what will EVP Kenny Omega's important announcement be on AEW Dynamite tomorrow night? AEW wrote on X. Following this Dynamite beatdown, Jack Perry asserted that Omega was a coward for abandoning the Elite in their time of need. As such, Perry warned Omega that the Elite are now intent on changing the world without him. Of course, last December, Omega noted that he had been hospitalized with an undisclosed health condition that would keep him on the shelf indefinitely. That condition was later identified as diverticulitis, which is characterized by inflammation or infection of the small pouches formed along the intestinal tract. In his return address last week, Omega revealed that his case of diverticulitis was a particularly scary one, as doctors informed him that he likely would have died within the next 24 hours had he not come to the hospital at that specific moment in time. Omega last wrestled on the December 9 episode of AEW Collision in a victorious effort over Ethan Page, who has also since left the company. So what do you think Omega's big announcement is going to be tonight on Dynamite? Let me know your thoughts as always in the comment section below. Now, a bit of an update on this strange story regarding Ric Flair and an incident at a restaurant. On Monday, news emerged regarding an incident involving Ric Flair at a pizza restaurant in Gainesville, Florida, where Flair claimed he was asked to leave after a dispute with the kitchen manager over using a restroom. Flair's claims prompted the manager of a sister restaurant to claim Flair was, quote, drunk and disorderly, as well as swinging furniture around, while the Gainesville restaurant co-owner claimed the video evidence proved his staff acted accordingly, refusing to elaborate further or to make the video available. Now, despite that, the video of the incident has now been made available after being posted to TikTok yesterday afternoon. In the video, Flair can be seen chastising members of the staff, claiming to have not done anything wrong, and saying his treatment would be bad for the restaurant and that they should watch social media tomorrow. After further insulting one staff member, Flair brought up the bathroom incident, with the staff member saying Flair accosted the kitchen manager and cussed at him, which Flair denied. Flair later offered a $1,000 tip to another staff member to tell the employee he was arguing with to kiss my ass. The star would even go as far to challenge the employee to go outside and fight him and accuse them of kicking him out of the restaurant, which was denied, as the staff member claimed Flair was only being cut off. Towards the end of the video, Flair would be thrown out after insulting the employee further and had words with another patron who offered to take Flair's offer to talk outside. Now, here is the footage of the incident in question. We have blurred out the captions on it, the subtitles, because they were actually not accurate. So here is the video of the footage that was uploaded to TikTok.
Yeah, good. Well, I haven't done anything wrong, except spend money and put this place over and bring my family and friends here. That is bad for you.
Why would it be bad for me?
Well, watch social media tomorrow.
I don't follow social media.
Well, you better.
I don't get stuck on my phone.
What's your name, nut job? Nicholas what?
Beaumont.
Nicholas Dickhead.
You don't have to call me like that, sir.
Don't ever talk.
You don't have to call me like that, sir.
You don't have to do this to me to humiliate me and my family.
I'm not humiliating.
I didn't do one thing wrong. I walked into a bathroom.
And you cussed on my kitchen manager.
Oh, you're a kid I accosted. Really? What world do you live in?
The same world you
What
live
world
in.
do you How did I accost him? Did I touch him?
Cuss him. You said cuss word.
I never said a cuss word. You know, is that his word against yours? I didn't say one cuss word.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. Let's go.
God. No, ma'am, I'm going to give you $1,000 tip just to say to him, kiss my ass. If you walk outside
You
here,
don't have to be disrespectful to me, sir. We're being
I
disrespectful
know
to you.
you're disrespecting me,
How am I disrespectful?
telling me to leave.
I'm not telling you to leave. We're just telling you that you're cut off.
Oh, I'm cut off because I'm drunk? Really?
Yes, sir. It no matter if you're famous or not. It's the
Here,
same
ma'am,
experience.
ma'am, please give yourself $1,000 tip.
All right, I'll let me do it.
$1,000 tip.
Here, give me
This guy and I are so cool. She and I are cool. And along comes dipshit.
You don't have to call me like that.
I just said it.
I never did.
I'll say it again. You're a dipshit.
You have to get out of here right
Oh,
now.
I'm leaving. Trust me.
Thank God.
I won't come back again.
Thank God.
Come outside here and talk to me like a man.
I'm not going to do that because I'm on the clock.
You push you are. You're in the pussy clock.
No, I was outside if you want.
I was gonna stop.
Hey, you want to go out and talk with me in the parking lot? Because I don't work here. I don't give a shit. We'll talk tonight. That's not doing you.
What's that?
You heard me.
What's that?
No, sir. Please stop. Stop. Okay?
What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me?
Excuse me.
Oh, I brought my whole family here.
I need one of those little bar straws for big spoons.
Oh, I get it.
Do you know how many?
Bad.
Just one.
Just one?
I'm not mad. I have no reason to be mad.
So what do you make of the footage? Let me know your thoughts and reaction to it in the comments section below. Now, Drew McIntyre, he's gone on a social media rant of his own after CM Punk's appearance on Monday Night Raw this week. Following CM Punk's comments, Drew McIntyre shared a 3-minute rant on social media following Raw this past Monday, of course, on the May 6th edition of the Red Brand. CM Punk arrived at the arena right after Drew McIntyre left the building. Punk then proceeded to cut an in-ring promo mocking McIntyre and trying to goad him into returning to fight him on the show. However, McIntyre never returned, and the two men had never had the teased showdown or fight on the show. On May 7, Drew McIntyre took to social media to share a video with a 3-minute rant explaining everything that transpired on Monday's edition of Raw. Here's what McIntyre had to say.
After TV, after the weekend of working, I like to relax, get back to nature, decompress, especially after being in this game for over 20 years. I've realized that if you don't, the anger will get the best of you. You'll overthink things, and when you do that, you're just wasting life. Life's too short to freaking get hung up on stupid things. But there's certain things you just got to talk about, let it out. And luckily, I've got this forum right here when things start to bother me. So let's talk about CM Punk, shall we? I know what you're all going to say. What a shock. Why didn't you say all this on Raw? All you do is talk on social media. The stuff Punk is planting in your head. But by the end, you're going to say, damn, Drew's right. Again, there's a reason I have to do a lot of my talking on here. It's not always possible to deliver your message at live TV effectively. You get so many people working against you. You saw that with Pierce last night. On here, people like our trusted voice of WWE, trusted Michael Cole, can't plant lies into our viewers' heads. And nobody can stop me here embarrassing CM Punk. Again, and all I want is for people to see one simple thing. The truth. I've not lied once. Somebody show me where I've lied, and I'll admit fault, because I haven't. And I'll give Punk his props. He's a master of spinning the narrative to suit his own image, his own agenda. He really should consider politics after I end his career. The guy could literally sell ice to an Eskimo, and he sells the marks BS, and they just lap it up every single time. For the last 2 weeks, he's avoided me. Last night, as I literally left the arena, what a coincidence, he drove right in. Of course he's got stooges on the inside. Of course it was part of the plan. Then he heads to the ring, acts the tough guy, calls me a coward, when it's clear to anyone with any sense, the coward was standing right there in that ring. And I pulled over because my phone was blowing up. By the time I got back to the arena, shock horror, he'd left. The week before, he picks a skybox. He's up there, making fun, calling me out, so I go to find him. Where is he when I get there? He's in the ring. He's the one doing the running. He knows when it comes face to face. That's it, the end. No more mouth running. No more, I'm going to punch his face in, or whatever threat he said. I'm going to cave his actual head in. Look at me. Look at my track record. He's done for, and he knows it. He's maximising this time. He's getting what he can out of this time before Drew McIntyre exposes him. Shit, I'd run for me too. Punk, you're a hypocrite. You say all I do is live on social media. You spend the whole week pretending to be locked in WWE headquarters, and you posted it to your Instagram. You make these comments on TV only the nerdiest of basement dwellers would ever actually understand. Let's break down what you've actually done since you've stunk this place up. And breakdown is the operative word here. You've had exactly one televised fight. You lost. You got injured. By me. You hung around at TV, headquarters, and the PC like a bad smell. Go home to Larry. You're playing a game of hide and seek, and you think you're winning. But you're not. One last thing. I heard what you said. If you actually turn up to Glasgow, we protect our own. You're not going to leave in one piece. And they won't necessarily be mad doing me. Just fair warning.
Now, let's talk about Jerry the King Lawler, because there was a lot going on with Jerry Lawler's WWE future and his health this week. Now, Jerry Lawler's time as an on-screen talent for WWE is over after it was revealed on Monday that his contract with the promotion expired earlier this year, though Lawler does remain signed to WWE under a Legends deal. Now, several days later, Lawler has opened up on his departure from WWE, acknowledging during an interview with PW Insider that he has likely called his last match for the promotion. He said, quote, "My career has probably ended with WWE," Lawler said, "and that's it. Just one of those things that goes with me getting over with all of the stuff that happened with the stroke, and me just sitting behind the desk and doing it, commentating on a match again was extremely difficult." Now, while Lawler hadn't been a full-time commentator since 2020, he had continued to appear occasionally at the booth before suffering a stroke in February of last year. Lawler, who also infamously had a heart attack that nearly killed him during Raw in 2012, addressed the controversy about his health, stating that while he does have some struggles still, he is overall recovering well from the stroke. He said, quote, "I've had some health problems going back about 7 months now," Lawler said. "I had a stroke and I spent some time getting over that, but I feel like it feels like a good time to get back out on the road again a bit, so that's why I'm starting off with this big event in Evansville this weekend. Day-to-day physically for me is feeling good. Getting around my house, everything's fine and dandy, but it's just the little things that take me longer to do some things than I used to. But as far as look and feel, I feel as good as I ever did." So Lawler says he's probably called his last match for WWE. Also a health update on his former commentary partner in WWE, that being Jim Ross. Of course, while Jim Ross has been with AEW since the doors first opened in 2019, it hasn't always been an easy tenure for the Hall of Famer, largely due to his health. Though Ross was a consistent presence on AEW commentary through 2022, even continuing to work as he received skin cancer treatment on his foot, he has been less and less active at the desk over the last few years, largely thanks to a recovery from a fall in 2023 and due to surgery earlier this year to remove cancer from his right hip. Fortunately for Ross, he may finally be seeing light at the end of the tunnel regarding his health. Speaking with Sports Illustrated, Ross noted that he was feeling the best he had been feeling in some time and appears energized to continue calling matches for AEW in the future. He said, quote, "My health is better than it's been in over a year, I'm happy to say," Ross said. "My right hip, that's healing and getting better. My radiation wound from skin cancer, and I'm cancer-free, is still healing. Vaping has helped. It's allowed me to stop taking pain medication and get me through the night. I'm feeling good, and I'm still doing what I love." Now, though he has not returned to AEW commentary full-time, Ross was on hand for AEW Revolution in March, calling Sting's final match, and AEW Dynasty in April, where he called the opening bout between Kazuchika Okada and Pac, and also the main event between Swerve Strickland and Samoa Joe. Ross also signed a new contract extension with AEW shortly after Revolution, keeping him with the promotion for at least one more year. Now, a bit of an update when it comes to the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournament, because, of course, WWE has kicked off their King and Queen of the Ring tournaments and will extend to live events as well. Rey Mysterio versus Kofi Kingston and Shayna Baszler versus Zelina Vega were moved from Raw to this weekend's live events. Fightful Sean Ross Sapp followed up on the plan to air them, and Fightful have been told that as of now, the plan is to air highlights on next week's Raw and possibly on social media as well. That could be adjusted and or changed, but that's the current plan, to have those matches on the live events this weekend. Now, an update when it comes to the NXT Women's North American Championship, and we're getting closer to finding out who the first ever champion is going to be. Now, the NXT Women's North American Championship Combine was held to determine which 12 women would make the cut to compete in qualifying matches ahead of the final hurdle. Those 12 women will compete in 6 singles matches, with the 6 winners advancing to a 6-way ladder match at NXT Battleground to crown the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion. In several segments throughout the show last night on NXT, the different aspects of the NXT Women's Combine were showcased, including rounds testing the stars' speed and strength. In the end, out of the 20 women who competed in the Combine, NXT General Manager Ava announced the top 12 women that will go into qualifying matches. Now, in order of the rank as announced on NXT, which you can see the picture right there, we have Sol Ruka, Thea Hale, Jada Parker, Brinley Reese, Mitchin, Fallon Henley, Lash Legend, Ivy Nile, Izzy Dame, Kalani Jordan, Tatum Paxley, and Ren Sinclair have all qualified for the qualifying matches. Now, next week, we'll have the first set of qualifying matches with Sol Ruka taking on Izzy Dame, and Ivy Nile will take on Lash Legend. Now, speaking of Lash Legend, a bit of an update when it comes to her storyline with NXT champion Trick Williams, because last night we found out the mystery as to what was in the envelope. Now, ahead of a segment featuring Metaphor on the Supernova Sessions, the faction continued to tease their big revelation held by Lash Legend in an envelope. However, when their guest Trick Williams appeared and was interested in the contents of the envelope, it was a lackluster reveal for the champion. In the envelope was a photo of Trick Williams' match against Noam Dar before he challenged Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. The photo revealed that Williams' win over Dar was, quote, not valid since Dar's foot was under the ropes. However, the reveals weren't over, as Williams questioned why this even mattered, and he also offered up an NXT title shot to Dar regardless of the chicanery. Then an even bigger bombshell dropped as Lash Legend confirmed what fans had been suspecting. As Trick Williams urged Lash Legend to tell Noam Dar her secret, she tripped up by calling him Babe as their secret love affair was officially revealed. Dar would go on to knock out Trick Williams and then hold the NXT Championship over his head to end the segment. What did you make of the segment? What did you make of the reveal? And what are your thoughts on Noam Dar possibly being Trick Williams' first challenger for the NXT Championship? And finally, Wesley is back in action. WWE superstar Wesley made his in-ring return after being out of action for over 5 months due to an injury and subsequent surgery. Wesley is back in NXT and he's looking to reclaim his never-lost North American Championship, taking the first step on last night's episode of NXT. Making an emotional and unique entrance ahead of his in-ring return, Wesley was greeted by his fellow roster members. Returning after over 5 months out of action, he last competed in late November. Lee was victorious in his return match. Ivar was observing the match until after the bout, where he and Briggs renewed their recent rivalry as they brawled outside the ring. In the end, Lee would break up a brawl by taking them both out of a huge dive as the current NXT North American champion Obafemi watched on. It appears Femi's next challenger will be Wesley or all 3 of Lee, Briggs and Ivar in a 4-way match. But there you go, guys. It's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.